This is a sweet, fruity little number that you should definitely check out. This right here is a strawberry lime whiskey smash. Let me show you how to make it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd, and like I said, this week I'm making a sweet, fruity little number because I'm making a strawberry lime whiskey smash. Now, originally I got the idea for this cocktail because I had this sugar syrup right here. This is from Drinks Botanicals Ireland. They make some really nice sugar syrups, and this one here uses real strawberry in it and actually tastes really nice. Like, I've tried some of those artificially flavored sugar syrups from like Monin and them, and they're nice enough, but they have this kind of artificial flavor to it. But this here uses real strawberries, real strawberry pulp in it, and it has this really nice natural flavor that I wanted to use in more cocktails. And when I reviewed this whiskey right here, the Two Stacks Double Barrel Single Grain, I thought it'd be a great kind of base for the cocktail because this is nice and light, but it also has this really nice natural kind of sweetness that I think lends itself well to these kind of fruit forward cocktails because it's light enough that it gives some sweetness, some sugary notes, but it's not going to overpower the rest of the flavors in the cocktail. Since this is a smash, I'm going to be using some strawberries, some fresh strawberries, and half of a lime that's been kind of like chopped up into quarters just so I can easily muddle it down into my cocktail shaker and get all those nice flavors and juices out from the flesh of the lime, but also from the skin of the lime, because that'll give us some really nice kind of notes. And lastly, there'll be a little bit of Angostura bitters and some orange bitters to round out the cocktail. If you can't get this syrup from Drinks Botanicals Ireland, I'll put a link down below. I think the BBC Good Food, they made a really nice, simple enough sugar syrup, but this is really nice and it is pretty shelf stable, lasts about a month or so in the fridge after you open it, so it's very nice and very easy to use. But I think it's time we make our cocktail. It is going to be a shake and drink, so we're going to get our shaker tin and we're going to get a muddler because we're going to muddle up this fruit. We're going to go in with 3 strawberries and, like I said, half a lime that's been just chopped up into slices just to make it a bit easier to muddle down. So we're going to muddle this fruit for just about 20-30 seconds just to get all the juices and all the flavor out of the fruit. Okay, all that fruit is nicely muddled down and I can get this really nice, strong kind of lime flavor coming out of it, but it's also tempered down with a little bit of that natural sweetness from the strawberry. So we're going to get a rock of ice, pop it in there before we measure out our ingredients. We're going to go in with 15 ml of this strawberry sugar syrup. It's quite naturally sweet. It's not super strong, so it's not like going to overpower the cocktail, especially since we did use that lime. It's going to be quite sharp and it's going to cut across. We do need a bit of sweetness just to make sure that lime juice is tamed a little bit. So 15 ml in there before we go in with 60 ml or 2 ounces of our Two Stacks Single Grain Irish Whiskey. Like I said, very nice Irish whiskey. There'll be a link down below so you can check out the review of this later on, but very nice, sweet, caramel, brown sugar, had some kind of like almost pear and almond notes to it as well. Give it a bit more complexity, but just very nice whiskey. And then it's our bitters, like I said, 1 dash of Angostura and then 1 dash of orange bitters. To me, those are like kind of the salt and pepper of cocktails. You use them, you get a nice bit of flavor, you get a nice bit of kind of balance and roundness to your cocktail, again, without overpowering things. Just gonna pop our lid on our shaker tin, bang it down and shake it away for about 30 seconds to get everything nice and cold. Okay, I can see from the outside of my shaker tin that this is nicely chilled now. So I'm going to strain it out into a nice rocks glass. I'm actually going to be double straining it because even though it is a smash, I do want a kind of a clean presentation. I want it to look very nice and kind of neat. So I'm going to be double straining it with a Hawthorne strainer and a fine strainer. But if you want some of that pulp into your cocktail, you can of course just go in with a single strain. But for me, I'm just going to get that nice kind of clean presentation from my cocktail by putting it in just like that. Okay, that is pretty much fully strained out now, so I'm going to get ready to put in my garnish. But before I put in my garnish, I actually forgot to add my ice, so I'm going to add that now. Just a nice single rock of ice into the cocktail, because that'll keep it nice and chilled as we sip it, but also it doesn't upset that nice kind of clean presentation we've got. For our garnish, going to go in with a slice of lime and a little slice of strawberry, just so you don't forget what kind of cocktail this is. Just perch them over the edge, just like that. And that right there is how I make a strawberry lime whiskey smash. Now real quick, before I taste this cocktail, if you're new here, scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I put out whiskey cocktails like this every Friday, and I put out whiskey reviews like the review of the Two Stacks Double Barrel every Wednesday. So if you want to see those, make sure you're subscribed. But now, let's taste this cocktail. That's lovely. It's got this really nice initial hit, like natural sweetness and natural flavor, but then you get that tartness from the lime, because we didn't just use the lime juice, we used like the lime skin. You get those oils, the kind of citrusy oils from the lime peel, and that adds an extra kind of tartness to the cocktail, which is why I'm glad I went in with so much strawberry and so much of that strawberry syrup to kind of tame it back, as well as using that kind of sweet whiskey. You get that nice sweet flavor and sweet characteristic that just balances out that tartness from the lime. The natural sweetness from the strawberry comes through in a nice way. Like the fresh strawberries, they're not super sweet. Like they are kind of like, you know, strawberries are not like super concentrated in their flavor. Using that strawberry syrup, which has real strawberries in it, does add a little bit of extra sugar, a bit of extra sweetness, but again, it doesn't dominate. The cocktail's not going in one way or the other. It's not heavily whiskey, it's not heavily lime, it's not heavily strawberry. It's just a nice kind of balance of flavors, and it's really easy to enjoy, especially as the weather is getting a little bit warmer. It's nice to have these kind of summery, fresh, fruity cocktails that are very easy to make, especially on a nice summer's day. So I'm gonna keep on enjoying this one, and I will see you next time. Sláinte.